Welcome to the Burrow,
a podcast where we discuss our favourite books and have a bit of a laugh. Hi, I'm Chloe.
and I'm Megan. I use any pronouns, and I'm from Canada.
I use she, her pronouns, and I'm from the UK. So, how have we been recently?
Right now, I am very tired.
What time
tired.
is it right now? 11?
Yes, it's 11.
R.I.P.
Yeah, but then I went to the club last night.
Wait, what time did you get back?
Around like 1:30.
Okay, that's not bad.
1:30, like 1:45-ish.
That's not bad.
Yeah, my mom picked me up at like 1:20. So around like closer to 2 o'clock. So, what?
Did you have fun at least?
I had so much fun. Oh my god.
Yeah, see, that's good.
See, the problem is when I go, like, I don't have much energy to go on the dance floor right away. But like, once like Justine kind of got me in it, she started doing the Macarena to any song.
Oh my god, yes.
And that was got me going. And I'm like, hell yeah, okay.
Yeah, I find it awkward. To be fair, I say that I've only been to one club. I wouldn't go to a normal one.
I think like this one. This one, like, it's good.
Because the one I went to was musical theatre themed, so I don't think I'd go to like a general one. It's just like, I don't know, it's not my thing.
Yeah, this one's good. Like, the staff are good, the clients are good. Everyone that goes there is like really nice and kind.
Apart from that guy.
Yeah,
sorry,
he got kicked out.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
And I think that guy like owns the place or something. Like
okay.
he's like the main bartender or something. Because usually when stuff like that happens, he's the one who like deals with it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's like, this is my establishment or something like that, or
Yeah.
And then
did you have fun though?
It was. Oh my god. Justine smokes, and we were gonna go outside so she can have a smoke. And just as we were gonna go out, Gimme Gimme from ABBA came on, and I'm like, I can't go out for that.
Oh my god.
I have to go inside. Anything by ABBA, my god, I have to be inside.
You have to.
I have to dance for that. It was fun. And everyone was dressed so nice. Like, oh my god. Just so nice, so pretty.
Yay.
The one thing about clubs though is that especially if you're on like the dance floor and people try to whisper to you, you can't hear what they're saying at all.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
And even they come like very close to you, can't hear. So I'm like,
you have to literally shout.
Yeah, I also just kind of like nod and agree. I'm like, yeah, okay. Okay, sure. Anyway, how are you?
I'm good. Just like recently I've been like really tired. Like right now I'm not tired, but like it will hit me later in the day. I don't know. It's really fucking annoying. Like last week, I had like 11 hours of sleep because I was doing these kind of on my performance arts course, we were doing these performances at a museum for kind of Halloween. It was like spooky.
Yeah.
And we did it Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and I have like this thing, I have this thing where my feet like sometimes flare up.
Yeah.
Really hurt, which happened for like the last 2 days. And then on the Friday, a mishap happened where 2 members of our cast like couldn't perform, so we all had to like figure out how we were gonna like do it, and a music person had to come in and learn the dance, and a ton of chaos happened. But anyway, I was super tired, and then Thursday as well was a Friday night event at our uni, so I went to that as well, so I was just like crazy exhausted.
Okay.
And then Friday I got 11 hours of sleep, and I felt it was so good. And then to be fair, the rest of the day wasn't that great because I was still tired.
Yeah, that's how I've been recently. I've been so tired. Like, I've been go all the time. Like, I get home and I'm dead. I can't.
Like literally on the Friday, it was like I think 5 or 6 o'clock in the evening, and I was like, oh, I'll watch the new episode of Drag Race because I didn't watch it. I watched it. I think I told you this. I watched it, and then I didn't even find out who was the top of the week, who was the bottom of the week. That sounds really bad, sexually innuendo. Anyway, don't mean it like that. So for our little discourse section, I want to ask you a question because I don't know if it's Canadian or not, or American or both.
Okay.
But is pancakes for breakfast like a big thing for you guys? Like it's like a
Not really. It's not. It's
really?
not. No.
Oh, okay, never mind
It's
then.
not a big thing. No. Like maybe on like a Saturday or something, you'll have like pancakes or something, but like just pancakes, not like the big like pancakes, eggs, and all that kind of stuff all together. Just like pancakes.
No, like pancakes and stuff with it, but like it's
No.
pancakes not a breakfast thing.
No, it is. But like,
For us, it's more of a dessert thing and not really a breakfast thing.
okay.
So
Even though
like,
they're not like a big thing, it's like a one at a time. Maybe that's just like my family, but like most people I know, we don't have pancakes like all the time.
no, I don't mean all the time, but is it a breakfast food?
Yeah, it is.
Because here, I wouldn't say it is as much. Like waffles, maybe, like like small little things, but like not really. Because when I go to like American restaurants and stuff, like we have this place called like Frankie and Benny's and TGI Fridays and all of those places. They have like really big like pancake stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just like not a thing that we do. For breakfast, it's like either, I don't know, like cereal or toast or like fruit. I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, it's more of a like a dessert thing, a sweet thing, rather than putting like bacon and shit on it. It's just like sweet stuff. I don't know, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We do pancakes for breakfast, I guess. But like my family particularly, we don't do it often.
Yeah,
Because
just
it's
like
like,
every
yeah, it's a lot of work.
oh god, yeah, no, I
Yeah.
know.
I'll do it if it's like maybe like a birthday, like my mom's birthday, I'll make pancakes for breakfast.
Do you have pancake day, or is that just us?
Oh no, that's just you.
Oh, because it's a thing. I don't even know the backstory behind it, but I think it happens in March or April. But it's basically way back when you would have to use up all of your stuff.
Yeah.
Those ingredients are the things that makes pancakes, which is why it's a pancake day. I think it's to do with it's something to do with Lent and Easter. Like it's around that.
Yeah, I
sort
think so.
of time. We have to use up all of your like sweet stuff, and yeah, I think something like that. But yeah, I think that's just a UK thing then, which I did not know.
Weird.
Yeah.
I don't have any discourse, honestly.
So the next thing is book quote for the week, if you have
I do.
any.
Oh my god, you go first.
Okay, so my one is from The First to Die at the End by Adam Silvera. So it's the prequel to They Both Die at the End, and I finished it like a week or two ago, and I completely sobbed at it. Just for context. Okay. So the quote is, are you ready?
Yeah.
Into his book. Life doesn't care how young you are, it forces you to grow up anyway.
Oh my god, okay.
That's an inkling into how like emotional that book is. But yeah.
Jesus.
That was our quote for the week. Do you have anything happier?
I don't have a book quote, but I have a musical quote.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's from the musical Tuck Everlasting. I'm not sure if you've seen it.
No, I've heard a little bit about it, but
Tuck Everlasting is so good.
Oh my god, I need to listen to it more.
Yeah. Anyway, the quote is, you don't have to live forever, you just have to live.
Oh, that's cute. I like that. The way our quotes were kind of connected as well. Okay, so are we ready to delve into our book we're doing for this episode? So the book for this episode we're doing is One Last Stop by Casey McQuistion, which is a lesbian book.
Well, no, lesbian. Queer.
But the mains are in a lesbian gay relationship.
Yeah.
There is a lesbian in it.
Lesbian and bisexual.
Yes. And then there's also a trans character. There's just all sorts of amazing characters.
I love it so much.
So we start off, it's set in New York City. And we start off with this character called August, who is basically the main for the whole book. And you learn more about her as it goes on. Slay. So she sees an advertisement for this house share that needs a new roommate. And then on it also says they must be queer and trans friendly, which we love. So then she goes around to the house and looks and sees what's there, and meets a couple of the potential housemates that she'll be living with. And a detail that I just decided to write down is that there is a 5-foot Judy Garland sculpture with bike parts and marshmallow peeps on it. Which
the frog bones.
Which just like completely shows you the vibe of that house.
I love it though.
Just one sentence. I know. So she meets Nico, and he is the guy who advertised needing a new roommate. And when August sees him, in her head she says, "Okay, Danny Zuko, calm down."
Oh my god.
That really made me laugh. But yeah, so he's a psychic, and then you also meet his girlfriend called Myla, and she's the kind of artsy, she sculpts, and that sculpture, the Judy Garland sculpture,
and she has frog bones in her room.
She has frog bones in her room. I love her, she's great. And they've been dating for 4 years, which is like so long, and I love that.
Yeah.
No. So the reason why they're needing a new housemate is because Myla and Nika are going to share a room together. So then they need another person to fill the empty room.
No, also wasn't it that like rent prices are getting higher? They couldn't really having financial issues, so they needed another person.
And then the other roommate, which she's not meeting yet because he's not there, is Wes, and he's a tattoo artist. And he has a dog called Noodles, a poodle dog.
Poodles. I love it.
Oh, I love it so much. And then they also mentioned that across the hall from them, like in the same building, in a different flat, is a drag queen lives there. So like in case she sees anything like a little bit weird, that's what that is. Just like coming back from like a night out or like doing a show and stuff, sort of that. And so August is starting at Brooklyn College soon. She came to New York to start at the college in Brooklyn. So yeah, and then she kind of FaceTimes her mum to like talk about the house and flat share, and about her probably she's going to take it.
Yeah.
And then I have this quote from her mum: "If they're gonna kill you, get their DNA under your fingernails." And that literally just shows her mum, like who her mum is. So yeah, I'll talk about that a little bit later, about like the situation with her and her mum. Okay, so she accepts the house share, and then she has kind of like a welcome home dinner with Myla. Is it Myla or Mila? Myla.
I say it's Myla.
Myla, okay. With Myla and Nico at this really popular place called Billy's, which serves like pancake, which is why I asked the pancake question at the beginning. Pancakes and all sorts of kind of breakfast, lunch, dinner sorts of foods. And the staff know Myla and Nico really well because they're regular customers and they're like always going there. So there is a character at the diner who works there called Winfield, who Myla and Nico know really well. And Winfield talks about how they're needing to hire a new person. So then Myla's like, "Oh my god, you should hire August. Like August knows her way around a restaurant like so well." When in reality August is like, no I don't. Like, what are you talking about? And then she kind of gets her the job essentially. So she gets her an application and August fills it out, and she essentially just blags her way into the job. But yeah, so she then gets the job and starts working at Billy's, which obviously it takes her a bit of time to like figure everything out. And then you see her with her first day of classes, and she decided to be a sociology major. And she starts at 8:30, which is so disgusting. Like, I really couldn't. I think my 9 a.m. starts are like awful, but like no. So she goes on the subway, and so she has a little accident. It's really cold. Do you remember? She slips on the ice and she falls. Her tights rip, and she has coffee in her hand. And so then she falls and she spills the coffee all the way down herself. And then a woman kicks her phone into the gutter as well, which is
What an
just like
asshole.
a great morning.
Mhm.
And she was so close to literally just like crying and going back to the house share and
Mhm.
just like being like, I'm so done. But
Mhm.
she decided to get on the train
Well, good.
and go to her class, which I salute her. I would probably just cry in a corner
Mhm.
if that was me. And then she gets on the train and she sees the hottest girl she's ever seen on the train. It's
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like one of those meet cutes that you see in films and stuff, and I'm like, oh, I wish it was me,
Mhm.
but it will not be me.
Mhm.
So this hot girl who we don't know like her name or who she is, gives August a scarf to cover up the coffee stain that's like on her top or her jumper or whatever she's wearing on the top half. And then they go through a tunnel, and it's like really dark, obviously, because you're going through a tunnel.
Mhm.
And then the lights kind of go off on the train, and then when they're out of the tunnel and like it's light and everything, that girl who she met on the train has just like mysteriously disappeared,
Yeah, that was weird.
which is odd. I think that's very weird
Really
and
weird.
suspicious if you don't know why that happened. um but yeah, so and then in this next kind of bit you kind of see a bit more about her mum and their dynamic that they have. And they're on a phone call when her mum is annoyed about a detective.
Oh yeah, because the whole thing.
Yeah, so basically the kind of main thing of that is that her mum's brother disappeared like a while back when her mum was a child, I think.
Mhm.
And ever since then, and ever since August has been born as well, her mum just is still trying to find him and like going through evidence and case files and stuff. And she
Yeah.
dragged August into that with her. So now that August kind of moved away to get away from that, but her mum's like still calling her about it and kind of like ranting about it and that sort of thing. So that's kind of the main thing with those two and their dynamic.
Yeah, yeah.
So then we see her back at work, and Lucy is another person who works at the diner, and she asks Jerry, who's the cook, to make the soup special for August, because August just like she kind of looks out of it, like she just hasn't eaten and like she's not basically doing her job well because of it.
Mhm.
Basically the soup special is an off menu thing. It's not something customers can order. But yeah, so she eats that and it's like really great. Apparently it's like one of the best things. And then her shift ends about like 1 a.m, which, wow,
Well,
dedication.
yeah, really late. I couldn't be me.
Yeah. So she goes home, but then she realizes she's forgot her keys and her phone has died, so she can't really get in.
Slay, me energy.
Huh? What did you say?
I said that's something I would do.
Oh,
Me energy.
I've done it
I
before.
have, yeah.
So she has a pocket knife, which she just carries around with her all the time, as you do.
As you
You
do.
just carry knives around, you know?
Some people do that. I know some people who do that.
Do you?
Yeah.
Are they good people?
Yeah, like a Swiss Army knife. You know what that
Okay.
that is?
Yeah. Yeah, I know what that is.
Yeah, that. So it's like a multi-tool kind of.
Yeah. So she gets her knife and she wedges it in the lock to like open the lock with it. And that's how she gets in, and that's how she meets Wes, who's the roommate she hasn't met yet.
Yeah.
And under Wes I just wrote introvert. Yay.
Yay.
I love Wes. He's one of my favorite
I
characters.
know.
He's so cute. He's such a nice guy. But yeah, so she walks in and she sees Mila and Nico playing something called Rolly Bangs.
Oh my god, not rolly bangs.
I wouldn't do this. Like I would
Oh,
be too.
absolutely not.
But essentially, I wrote the rules down so I didn't forget. So you start by the door in like a rolly chair, you know, like an office chair that like has wheels and
Yeah.
you can
Charlie.
spin around. Your dog is
Yes.
misbehaving.
Charlie, get out. Get out. Out. There's a reason that's there, Charlie. Stop. Okay. Continue.
Sorry, I'm just texting my friend about when I'm going to Wetherspoons.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, give me a minute. The quiz has been cancelled, so I don't know if I'm even going now.
You're not gonna go?
No, because the reason we were going is because there was going to be a quiz, like a pub quiz.
Oh.
But it's not happening anymore, so I don't think I'm gonna
Okay.
go. Sorry. Look at this pic. Oh, fuck. Let me show you. Sorry, I'm literally just saying so much random shit. Look at this picture on Amar's Instagram. Look at them.
I love that.
Amar's outfit is literally on point. Look at that. So freaking beautiful, that outfit.
I love, they're so stylish, but also they have
No.
like people to style them, but whatever.
Literally, when I say I want to steal all of Simon's hoodies, like
I know.
I just need it. Do you know what I mean?
Obviously, you need it.
Obviously, do you know what? I don't actually have that many hoodies anymore, and I need to get some
Really?
because no, I literally don't have many. I have this and a yellow one, and then a school one. But I'm literally wearing this all the time, and I'm like, I love this, but I just want more hoodies.
Okay.
So I might just go in Vinted and get some cheap ones. But yeah, I don't think we're going anymore, so that's fine. I will have a ready meal later and do some work. I will continue. Oh,
Okay.
fuck. I'm so sorry. I'm really chaotic today. When I'm telling you this tired, no, fuck you. Sorry. I'm so sorry. The tiredness is like really affecting my brain, and I just keep blanking out and stuff. But
Okay.
anyway, I'll carry on. Where did I go?
Where did it come from?
Oh, so the rolls of rolly. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Excuse you. Yeah. Okay. Good. Sorry.
This is homophobia. No, this is British phobia. Are you paying
Okay.
attention?
I am. Yeah. Sorry. I accidentally deleted an email, and I'm concerned on what I deleted.
Well, do you
Okay.
know what that sounds like?
No.
A you problem.
Oh my God! Stop. Okay. Continue.
I'm continuing. So the rules of rolly bang on. You start by the door in a rolly chair, like the chairs with wheels you can spin in, and someone pushes you down the incline of the kitchen floor. So there's like a little kind of bump before you get into the kitchen, and they like basically push you down that part into the kitchen. It's basically a recipe for disaster. Like you're probably gonna get hurt. Like it's
Probably.
not
Yeah.
safe at all. But yeah.
No. Charlie. Charlie, come here. Charlie. Come here. I get it. Don't growl easy. Okay. Actually, okay.
Okay.
Hmm.
What was I saying? Oh my god. Yeah. So that's just a recipe for disaster. So they were just playing rolly bangs when she got in.
Yeah.
And then you kind of have like the next day, Mila and August are walking together, and they're just like kind of having a conversation. I think she's walking her to the subway because August is going to college
Yeah.
for the day. And August kind of like assumed that she did like a creative artsy kind of degree at school when she was at
Oh yeah,
uni.
she did engineering, yeah.
Yeah, she's qualified to be an electrical engineer. But she said that she wants to do some like art sculpture stuff as well. So yeah, which is just a kind of thing like don't judge a book by its cover.
Mhm.
But yeah, so she gets on the subway to go to the Brooklyn College school that she goes to, and 2 stops in, who does she see but
I wonder.
the subway girl that she saw the other day.
Hmm.
And then she greets August as Coffee Girl. It's like they have nicknames for each other, and it's kind
It's
of
really
cute.
cute.
Yeah. So August wants to say hi or like good morning, but
Mhm.
what comes out of her mouth is horny,
Nice.
because that's a mix of like hi and morning.
Yeah.
That's what comes out of her mouth. And I think this is the point where I'm like, I get the bisexual vibes from her.
Yeah, straight up. Yeah.
I know, yeah. I just think bisexual people are like really chaotic. I'm not saying non-bisexuals aren't, but they just
Everyone
they
who isn't bisexual isn't chaotic.
I mean, yeah. But
Yeah.
like it's just that thing of like when I see a character like on a show or in a book, I'm like, they're bisexual, I'm sorry. Even if they aren't, the vibes are like
The
actually
vibes
there.
are there. 100%.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say, never mind.
Okay.
But yeah, and then the subway girl's reply to her is, I mean, sure, sometimes.
Oh my god.
She has like no filter, she's so funny.
I love her. I'll wait till you say her name.
Yeah. Should I
Yeah.
say her now? Or should I wait?
You
No, should I
can.
wait?
No, we can wait. Yeah.
We'll wait. um so yeah, the subway girl has a cassette player, and August is like, oh, she's a Brooklyn hipster. Okay. She finds it a bit weird because obviously cassette people with cassette tapes isn't really much of a thing anymore.
No.
Normally just like AirPods or earphones or like headphones and like Spotify or Apple Music or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, they talk about Billy's and how the subway girl, she used to work there, so like she knows it very well. And then August talks about the C special, and then the subway girl is like, oh, I invented that whilst I was there. And I'm like, ooh,
Ooh.
ooh. And then this is when we learn her name is
Hell yeah.
what?
I said hell yeah. Continue.
Oh, I thought oh, her name is Jane, which
I mean, technically not.
I
I'll
sort
go over it later.
yeah. The amount of confusion we're causing right now. So August offers to sneak her a sandwich if she comes to the diner the next morning. But Jane doesn't come. We know why later on, but
Yeah.
right now it's kind of like, oh, she didn't come. Maybe she's not that interested in her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and then August is like moping at work.
Mhm.
And I can't remember what member of staff said this, but they said, we get about 100 hot lesbians through here a week. You'll find another one.
Oh, I think it was Winfred. Whatever his name is.
Yeah, that made me laugh so much. But yeah, and then on Monday when she's going to school again, she sees Jane on the subway again. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I'm getting confused now. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. And then she's back at the house, and we see that August has got an envelope from her mum,
Oh,
and they're like
gosh.
archival. I know, they're archival documents. So again, it's that thing with her mum being obsessed with trying to find her uncle, well, her brother, which is August's uncle,
Mhm.
and like sending August stuff about it when she was trying to get away from that, from moving away from home.
Yeah.
So basically what it was is that her mum found a friend of her brother's who is in New York, who's like kind of, she estimated they are probably in New York right
Yeah.
now. And obviously because August is in New York, she's like, oh, maybe you could help me out and find them. And And then August kind of talks and vents to Mila about it, because as soon as she opens it, it's evident that she's just like annoyed and frustrated. And Mila's in the room with her, so they kind of talk it out a little bit. So yeah, and then Mila's like, yeah, I'm your mum now. Don't worry, you can go to sleep whenever you want and you can eat whatever you want. Which I feel like she is kind of a mum friend.
Mhm.
But yeah, and then they have this thing called cotton candy ice cream, and I've never heard of that as a thing before. Have you?
Cotton candy ice cream?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you heard it?
No, but we have it here.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a really weird concept to me.
It's probably just very sweet.
Yeah, it probably doesn't even taste like cotton candy though, really.
Just sugar, straight sugar.
Oh my god, I was just like, why?
Also, yeah, you guys call cotton candy
Candy floss.
candy floss. Which
Yeah.
one do you prefer? Do you prefer candy floss or cotton candy?
And candy floss.
Okay.
Yeah. But why would you have that when you could have like chocolate fudge ice cream or like cookie dough ice cream? Like, why?
True, fair. I don't know.
I know. I mean, do what you want, to be fair. And then an important little thing is that Mila and August, I think they go into Mila's room and like talk about music and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, and August asks, oh, do you have any 70s punk? Because August isn't really music educated, because she's not like that big into like different genres of music and stuff. So they kind of just listen to a bit of 70s punk, and Milo talks a bit about like the different types of 70s punk and different genres of music and stuff. And then that night, August is working, and just before she's finished her shift, she meets a drag queen called Annie, who is so iconic.
Antidepressant.
Depressing.
Antidepressant. That's her name.
Oh yeah, I know. And that's the drag queen who lives in the same building as her. And we find out that this drag queen is in love with Wes for 500 years, apparently, is
what a long time.
Which obviously that's being over dramatic, but basically for a very long time. And Wes knows, but he's scared of being loved. And Wes, I relate to you, honestly.
So true.
But yeah, that you kind of see that play out throughout the entirety of the book, the kind of back and forth between them, where it's like, if Wes took that step, they could be more than friends, but he's just like really scared to like take that step. So then they walk back together, and August learns that the drag queen's name, like out of drag, is Isaiah. So yeah, and then she gets back on the subway, I think the next morning, and August, with her new knowledge from Mila, talks about 70s punk to impress Jane. And Jane is very impressed by her talking about that. I just love that she went to the effort to be like, oh, what can I say to impress her?
I mean, the things that you do to, you know,
I know.
talk to me you like.
And they're kind of flirty. Like
they
back
are
flirting. That's kind of their dynamic, I feel like. They flirt with each other like quite a lot.
They do. Oh my god, it gets
it gets intense. And then whilst they're on the train, it kind of like jolts, and August falls, but Jane catches her.
Oh my god, oh my god. Jesus.
Like in such close contact. Like Jane's I think arm is wrapped around August's waist.
I think so, yeah.
And like in her head, it's just like gay panic, gay panic, gay panic. Because of like how they're literally like that. They're so
close.
And then this is kind of similar to Ari and Dante and They Both Die at the End, where Jane is like, she points to two passengers on the train and she's like, oh, what do you think their story is? Like,
oh my god, yeah.
Which is so odd that this is like the third gay book that's happened.
Why is that a common theme?
I don't know. That's really odd. I that's what I realized when I reread this, and I was like, oh, we've talked about this already like twice. But the kind of difference with this one is that August literally gives a detailed analysis. You know, like Sherlock Holmes, when he literally looks at a person and he can tell you like everything like where they've just been, where they're going, like everything. Which obviously is because of her mum. Her mum's kind of like trained her to like recognize kind of every little detail about them. And then at that point, August says, because I think Nico works at a bar, and she says, oh, there's a bar nearby, do you want to maybe like grab a drink? And then Jane says that she can't and apologizes, which makes August just a secondhand embarrassment, because she kind of basically asked her out kind of twice, or like asked to hang out with her twice, and she got shut down both times, which isn't something to do with August, but she doesn't know that, so it just kind of feels shitty for her. So then after that, she goes back to the house, and she sees Wes with an ice pack and like a bloody face, because they were playing rolly bangs.
Oh my god, yeah.
And then Nico picks up on kind of like her sad vibes, because he is a psychic.
Yeah.
And a question for you: do you believe in that?
And psychics?
Yeah, and people.
Not really.
Because I don't know myself. Like, I think you can, in terms of like empaths, like people that can like really read, but in terms, because that's kind of like supernatural, which is where this book is kind of heading in a little bit. But I don't think I believe in it.
No, me
I
neither.
I like the idea of it, but I don't think it's something I believe in. I don't know.
Me neither, no.
Okay, yeah, I was just interested. So like he picks up on her being like sad from what happened with her and Jane on the train, and Milo's response is, who do we need to frame for murder?
Oh my god.
This is what I mean when she's like literally the mum friend. She's like, who do I need to kill because they hurt you? And I just love that.
Love it. I love their whole dynamic.
Oh, fucking hell. Sorry. My leg hurts. I got a cramp.
Oh no.
Sorry.
My calves hurt. Or my shins.
Ow.
Ouchies.
I need to stretch my legs out. That's what I need to do. I've been sitting cross-legged, and I can't sit cross-legged for like a really long time.
You can stand up and stretch your legs if you want.
Oh, I just cracked my hip. That was so nice. Anyway, sorry. that sounded a little bit like weird.
A little, but it's fine.
Okay. Fuck off, mate. Sorry. Okay, I'm back.
Whoa.
I feel so chaotic today.
I feel a little tired today.
I'm really sorry. Oh yeah, so August tells them about Jane, because I don't think she's told them about her yet, has she?
No.
At this point. So she talks to them about how she met her, and then like the time like on that day that she basically asked her out. So yeah, and then I think Mila is like, well, she didn't say that she didn't want to, she said that she couldn't. So she was kind of like, you never know, maybe there's something going on that like maybe she couldn't. So it gives like a little hope to August. And then she goes to work that night, and like on the wall there's like a little pictures, and she notices in particular this picture of the opening of Billy's when they opened in 1976. And she looks at it and she's like, one of the people in the picture really, really looks like Jane, which is like on a freaky level. And it's like, that picture is basically the girl on the train. Like, she hasn't aged at all.
No.
Which is very weird. And then she goes back to the house and she's like, is she a vampire? Like, she literally just spirals.
Oh my god.
She's like, is she dead? Is she a vampire? Like, oh my god.
I mean, it's like no other explanation. I mean, there is, like, maybe it's like, you know.
Yeah. But like,
what's it called? You know.
Yeah.
Someone looks very similar to you.
We'll get into it.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then after she kind of spirals and she's thinking a lot about that, she goes to Nico's bar to talk to him about it. And she kind of asks him about the supernatural and explains her thinking with Jane. And he says she might be a ghost, so like she might be dead, but she doesn't know that she's dead. And when I was first reading this, I was like, what the hell? Because when I picked up the book and when I put it on my to be read, I was like, oh, like it's a cute little gay story, like these two girls like fall in love on a train.
Mm.
But I didn't realize that it was supernatural as
Yeah,
well.
no.
I just thought it was like gay and like teen drama sort of thing. So
Mm.
I think it was a really cool kind of twist, to be honest.
It's interesting.
Yeah, no, it's definitely interesting. So Nico is like, oh, I kind of need to meet her so I know for sure, so he can like actually see her and kind of feel if she's dead or alive, I guess.
Mhm.
Because he's a psychic, so I guess he can do that. I don't know. And then Nico also suggests a seance. So yeah, I've never done a seance
Me
personally,
neither.
but I mean, pop off.
Off, yeah.
So on Sunday, it's the day of the seance. I wrote Sunday seance, and I'm proud because that's alliteration.
Hell yeah. Good job. Proud of you.
Yeah, thank you. Um, so Isaiah also joins the seance. But the seance doesn't work. No one like Jane doesn't call out that she's like there, sort of thing. So that's kind of off the table. It didn't really work. Then Nico and August go on the subway together and they meet Jane. Well, Nico meets Jane for the first time.
Yeah.
And then after that interaction, Nico's like, I really don't think she's dead.
Mhm.
She feels like really alive and aware that she's like there because everyone else can see her as well. So it's not a thing of like August is the only one who can see her.
Yeah.
Because typically that's what a kind of ghost thing would be like, is when like the main character is probably the only person who can see that kind of figure and everyone else just can't. But that's not the case. So it's something probably completely different. And then so August goes back on the subway whilst Nico gets off to get some food, which is a mood.
Mhm.
And then so she gets back on the subway and sees Jane, and then she asks her how old she is, and then Jane says 24, and then August is 23, so Jane would be a year older than her. So she asks her when she was born, like the year she was born.
Mhm.
And then Jane is kind of getting a bit what's the word, defensive. She's like, oh, like why? What? I mean, to be fair, if you were asked that, that's a little bit weird, isn't it?
Yeah. It
Like
is a bit
if
weird, I guess. Yeah.
someone asks you your age, then like yeah, like oh yeah, I'm 19. When were you
Mhm.
born then? I'm like, well, figure it out yourself because I just
Yeah.
told you I'm 19. But then August is like, well, if you are 24 then and I'm 23, so you're a year older than me, you must be born a year before me, which is 1995, she tells her.
Mhm.
And then Jane gets like really annoyed and thinks that August is just fucking with her
Mhm.
because Jane is like, I know there's something wrong with me, like I know something's like odd and not right with me,
Mhm.
but I don't need you to like make fun of me or whatever, which is just like for August that's just like whoa, whatever.
Mhm.
And then August has the picture from Billy's with her and she shows it to Jane
Mhm.
and she asks her, and then they kind of figure out that is her in the picture.
Mhm.
She moved to New York in 1975. Bear in mind we're in kind of like present, I don't know when it's set, but it's like fairly recent, like 20, maybe 2010
Yeah.
ish sort of time. Does it not?
Probably. I don't know. Is it set around that time?
Should I see
Actually,
when
that
the
would make
book
sense. That would make sense if she was born in 19, whatever, 1995.
1990? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
That makes sense. No, no.
no, because my
It'd be more
wait.
like 2020 or something.
Oh really? Okay, yeah. Let's
So she's
just say
23, right?
yeah, 1995. No, 1996.
Yeah, I feel like it's like around like 2020, 2021-ish.
Okay.
Or 2019 or something like that.
Yes, I think she published the book
In
not that.
2021.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2021. I didn't know it
It
was
was
that
like
recent.
it was like around there.
Okay. So yeah, and then she, excuse me.
Sorry, I have a song in my head.
Wow. The audacity. Absolutely. So August then asks her, she's like, do you remember the last time that you weren't on the train?
Mhm.
And to Jane, she doesn't know, like it's all kind of like a blur.
Mhm.
Her memory is like super hazy. She doesn't really remember much. The last thing she does remember is working at Billy's and the opening of Billy's, which obviously was like years ago. So it's kind of, she's just kind of been in this trance on the train for like such a long time. And then August is like to her, you've been stuck on this train for 45 years.
Mhm.
And that's so hard having to tell someone that, like
Yeah,
that.
they probably wouldn't believe it.
And then the sad thing is as well is that Jane's like, well, the only reason I knew my name is because it's on my jacket. Like she doesn't know who she is.
Oh my god, okay.
It's because it has it like on a little thing on her jacket.
Yeah.
So if she didn't have that, she wouldn't even know her name. She wouldn't
Mhm.
really, she doesn't know anything about her or who, like what she likes and that sort of stuff. So yeah, that's the end of kind of the 5th chapter. And then we move on to Jane and August try to get off the train. So August tries to see if Jane can actually physically get out of the train and get off the train.
Yeah.
But she can't. She just like goes back inside, I think. She literally just can't get out of it. And then when August is at work, she asks Jerry, who's the cook, about the Sue special and the person who invented it, and if he like remembers that person who used to work there. And then he's like, oh no, because at the time I was like a massive kind of like alcoholic person, so
Mhm.
his memory from that time is like super hazy. So yeah, and then kind of at this point she skips class and she calls in sick at work, and it's just like not great for her mental health. She's like
Yeah.
completely like how her mom is obsessed with her brother's disappearance. She's kind of
Mhm.
latched onto that mystery that Jane
Yeah.
is, which is unhealthy for her because she's trying to. What's going on?
My dog is sneezing.
What?
My dog is sneezing.
How is that funny?
Hey, are you okay? Are you okay, sweetie? We're good.
How is a sneezing dog funny?
What do you mean?
You were laughing.
Yeah, it's funny. It's
A
cute.
dog sneezing is funny.
Yes.
You are an odd
I'm
person.
not an odd person. A lot of people find it funny.
I find it cute, but I don't find it
Yeah,
funny.
cute and funny. Like,
Okay, you are a weird person.
I'm not weird. Anyway, continue.
I will continue. Um, oh, and then August talks to the house about the stuff happening with Jane, about her like being stuck on the train
Mhm.
and that sort of thing. And then we kind of flash forward to we see some conversations between Jane and August on the train.
Mhm.
And August is asking Jane what her coffee bagel order was, because that's like a kind of New York thing to have a coffee and bagel
Yeah.
order. And I was just gonna say, here, bagels aren't a big thing.
Mm.
We have them, and I used to have them all the time actually, but it's literally just like butter and like chicken or something in it. But because I know in New York they have all sorts of like cream cheese and different sorts of weird fillings and stuff, and like they're big
For bagels?
bagels. Yeah,
Did you
do you
say
not know?
chicken and butter?
Yeah,
Do you know what a chicken and butter?
you put butter on it, and then you
Yeah.
put chicken. It's like what I use in a sandwich is what I use on my bagel. That's how we eat them. Do you know what a bagel is?
Yes.
What is a bagel? It's bread.
Yeah, but use it for breakfast normally.
Yeah, see, we don't. That's not, do you know what I mean? That's not a thing. We have it for lunch, or like we don't have them for breakfast.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Are we talking about the same thing?
Yeah, let me show you a picture.
I'm taking a pic of now, like these things.
Yeah. We
Okay.
cut them open and put shit in them, but we don't have it for breakfast.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe I should have said that for my discourse.
Maybe you should have. Yeah, no, I don't know, more breakfast. Like, I don't know, I guess for like me, breakfast. You should put like cream cheese on it or something like that. Something like that.
Yeah, but yeah, it's a completely different thing here. But I know it's a big thing in America. Maybe not like a big thing in Canada, but like you maybe do it differently to the way that we do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, so every day August brings Jane a different type of coffee and a different type of bagel for her to figure out what was the one that she loved and what was her like go-to order. And then they finally find it. So she takes her coffee with 2 creams and 5 sugars. So
Oh my God.
very, very sweet. And then she has a chocolate chip bagel, which for me with bagels, I don't think they should be sweet. I think they should be savory. But like, I don't know. That's just the way I've always had them. So
That's just your European way of growing up.
okay. Sorry.
I'm just saying, 'cause a lot of American things are sweet.
I know. That's why they have a health issue in America.
I know.
It's an issue. It's an issue.
Mhm.
But yeah, and then kind of every day they kind of do these things, and it triggers a memory in Jane. She talks a bit about her school and the Greyhound bus. Oh, and then August gives her a burner phone and teaches her how to use it. And like they kind of text back and forth with it and have conversations. And by the end of 2 weeks, August has like 3 notebooks filled with like Jane's memories and kind of anecdotes and stuff she's remembering. And they kind of have a little conversation. And Jane tells her that she realized she was stuck on the train when she met August, because up until that point her brain was super foggy, and then when she met August it was like really clear.
Yeah.
So yeah. Milo meets, what the fuck is that? Sorry.
Mila meets Jane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. I've done like abbreviations, so I forget what it means.
Okay.
But Mila literally bribed August so that she can meet Jane, because she was really interested to meet her as well. And Mila literally asks her so many questions.
Oh my God.
And August is like, okay, like calm down. And then they kind of go back home, and Mila calls Jane wife material.
Oh.
We love a supportive friend. We love it.
that.
And then yes, as they're walking back to the house, Mila points out there's a notice that says they're shutting down like the subway line for maintenance from September till I think October. So obviously if it's shut down, then August is worried about what's going to happen to Jane. Because August won't be going on the subway, so Jane might be like really foggy and forget stuff again. So yeah, there's a whole lot of like trying to figure out how they can kind of get Jane off the train before they start that maintenance stuff at the end of summer, I think it is. I can't remember. And then Mila kind of suggests something to do with time travel, which at this point, nothing is stupid, because like this supernatural stuff, you could literally say anything and I'd be like, oh yeah, of course. But she's like, maybe there was something like a really big thing that happened to her back then that kind of threw her out of time and got her like stuck on the subway, which I think is like a plausible kind of answer to why she's stuck on the train. And then the next time she gets on the subway, Jane is like, no, August says to her, I think I should kiss you. And you would think it's just because they like each other. But what it is that it helps Jane remember like her previous girlfriends or people like she's with. So she gets memories of those people when August kissed her. So yeah, that's just gonna fuck with August's emotions. But she's doing it anyway.
Fine.
Yeah. And then at this point, she gets back to the house, and you kind of see she has so many unread messages from like school emails, Anne from Billy's because she's not been working there because she keeps calling in sick and calling in sick. And then you also see her bank balance is $23.02.
Hey. Oh wow.
Which I know my currency isn't dollars, but I know that's not a lot.
No, it's not. It's really not.
Yeah, no. And then it's kind of the next day she gets on the subway again and she brings Jane some dumplings, and that triggers a memory of like her favorite dumplings from Chinatown that she used to get. And she has this memory where she slept with the cook's ex-girlfriend and she basically got kicked out and couldn't go back there.
Oh my god.
Do you know what? She was just
Iconic.
like, she was a savage, like, honestly.
She was. I love that.
I know. And then what does August do? She suggests that they kiss so that she can remember the girl's name.
Mhm.
Like purely for research.
Oh,
like
purely, yeah.
100%. Oh yeah, because I have a quote that says, "Oh yeah, it's for research." I was like, "Sure thing, you're a simp."
Oh my
She's
god. Oh my god. Chloe.
Is she not a simp though?
She is.
She
But we
is.
support it.
Yeah, support the
Yeah.
simp.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the quote I was talking to you about earlier. That August says, "She's imagined more than once, more than a few times, what Jane's thighs feel like." Yeah, I don't think that needs an explanation, really.
Chloe, I think you're just asexual.
Pardon?
You were saying earlier how you don't understand, but I think that's just you're asexual talking.
No.
Because
I
a
don't
lot of people like thighs. Like a lot of people.
like sitting on someone's thighs. Or
Yes.
like,
Thighs in general.
oh my god. Okay. Maybe it is, but like, okay, anyway.
You're just asexual. There's so many people. There's like people that I know personally
I
on
want
the
to talk
internet.
though. I want to talk.
I won't say anything.
What?
I won't say anything. Anyway, continue.
About what? No. Say it. Say it.
No. No.
No, say it.
Guess we're not continuing with the podcast.
I
Maybe
don't
li-
think I
I'm
don't
gonna,
think you're getting to work.
I'm gonna have to cut this out anyway.
Pardon?
I'm gonna have to cut this out anyway.
No, but just say it.
I like thighs. They're nice.
Okay, that's what you
Yeah.
have to say. Okay, anyway. Where was I? Oh yeah, I wrote down Spicy August. She's yeah.
Yeah.
She is. I mean, I feel like Jane is more spicy later on in the book anyways, but
Oh yeah, definitely.
an older woman looks at them disapprovingly when they're like kissing and making out and stuff.
Oh, fuck you. It's fine.
Yeah, she can just like go away. And then Jane does remember her name, so
Mhm.
I guess it worked. They kiss a lot, like from after that for research, obviously. Like
Oh, obviously, yeah.
completely object. Like honestly, that's all it's for. Nothing
Mhm.
else really.
Yeah.
And then August finally goes back to work at Billy's, and she finds out that it's closing soon because the landlord is doubling the rent and they literally cannot afford it, which is really sad because it's been there since like 1976, you know,
It's a long time.
and it's always been there, which I think is the thing that happens to a lot of businesses now. Like stuff that I had when I was younger, near where I am, is like no longer there anymore.
That's what happens. Everything like kind of goes out. Like you were Blockbuster.
I was literally gonna say this,
Yeah.
right? Sorry.
Like we were
I
like one
had
of the last like last groups that had it.
really, oh my
I'm
god.
pretty sure. Well, when
Yeah,
did they go
like
out? I forgot.
I had such an attachment to Blockbuster.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's there now instead of Blockbusters?
What?
Poundland. It's basically a shop where everything's a pound.
No, I know we have a Dollarama, which
Yeah.
is the same thing.
It's a great shop, but I really miss Blockbuster. I have such great memories of Blockbusters, and I loved it. But yeah, stuff like that. It
Yeah,
just
when did
like
Blockbuster stop running? I know it probably wasn't like too long after we were.
let me Google it. When did Blockbuster like
Closed down?
2014?
2014. Oh my god. Damn.
2013 and 2014. So it just depended when like your store shut down, but that's when like the whole
That kind of makes sense. How old were we then? We were like,
that was just before I started secondary school, I think. When I was in like year 7.
okay. That kind of makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah, I don't know,
yeah,
because like if that was the case,
you must have been like 12 or 13.
yeah, because at
Or
that time
11.
I wasn't in an area where they had Blockbuster.
Yeah. So yeah. What happens? Yes. So then she goes home. It's the end of her shift. She's back on the subway and she sees Jane again. And Jane seems so happy that she doesn't want to tell her about Billy's closing down. Like she doesn't want to upset her because she seems like she's in such a great mood. And then August also finds out that in in the next semester she can graduate because she basically has all the credits, which makes her feel like really odd because school is like the only constant in her life, like the only thing she knows how to kind of do. So she talks to Jane a little bit about that, and she basically has an how do you say it?
Existential crisis. Existential crisis.
Existential crisis. I'm sorry, existential crisis. About like her future and like everything because she's graduating soon. And Jane basically talks her down, like she's spiraling, and she talks her down from it. And so then she gets home and August confesses to Myla and tells her about the kissing. And then Myla, being the truthful friend we love, is like, it's as if you like to be emotionally tortured. She's spitting the facts. She's spitting the facts.
She is though.
It's true. She's literally like bringing it on herself by doing that. I'm like, come on, please. And August then asks Myla if she has a radio because music for Jane is a trigger. So she can give like Jane a portable radio and the music might be able to trigger a memory rather than having to make out with her all the time. You know?
I mean,
she enjoys it.
She enjoys it. That's what's like hurting her,
Yeah.
mentally and emotionally.
And there's also a little dialogue between August and Wes where she kind of sees Isaiah and Wes interacting, and after Isaiah leaves she goes to him and she's like, why don't you make that move and be together, because you clearly both like each other. And then Wes's reply is that I'll probably disappoint him. Oh. It's just so sad. He just needs to realize how much he deserves love, and
I know.
I love him so much. So yeah, and then you're at Isaiah's place and he's holding a annual drag family Easter brunch, which is so iconic. It's so fun. It's so fun. Winfield and Lucy come and you see that they're actually dating. They're together.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And Winfred does drag.
Yes, I'm gonna get into that. And August is like, oh my god, you guys are together. And Lucy's like, you better not tell anyone at work or I'll kill you, because no one knows. Lucy is like proper brutal, but I love her. She's great. So yeah, Winfield also does drag, and I have a quote from him saying, have you never met a bearded pansexual drag queen?
I love that.
It's iconic. Actually iconic. And then during the kind of brunch party that they're having, which by the way is at 7 p.m, I mean, do what you want to do, really, but that's just really funny to me. And then August calls Jane in the middle of them at brunch, and then I literally all I have written down is Nico trans icon slay. Oh, because August finds out that he's trans, but like not purposely. It's like August turns to him and she's like, how did you know? And then he's like, oh, how did I know I was trans? I just like always knew I was a boy, or whatever he says. And she meant, how did you know you were a psychic? But it was kind of the same answer as how did you know you were trans?
Yeah.
Like she just always knew, sort of thing. But yeah, I like how it's not a big part of his character.
No, really.
Like it's just, oh yeah, I'm trans, like whatever. Do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like a big coming out journey, which obviously those stories are important too. But I think it's also important to have those where it's just like a thing and it's like, okay, cool, you're trans, whatever, who cares?
Yeah,
Sort of thing.
exactly.
Yeah. So as August is on the phone to Jane, Isaiah's like, oh my god, Jane should come to the party. And obviously Jane can't come.
Yeah.
So what they do is they bring the party to Jane and they
Hell
literally
yeah.
go in the subway, and I love that so much. So yeah, and then a little bit after this, August kisses Jane again, of course, for research. And at that point, Jane literally kind of remembers everything. She remembers her Chinese name. So Jane is like her kind of English name.
Yeah.
And Chinese name is Su Bayu. I hope
Yeah.
I said that right. Which kind of links her to, you know, the Sue special, because her name is actually Sue. And she remembers that she's originally from San Francisco. And yeah, like I said, she literally remembers like everything about herself.
Yeah.
You can take over now.
Oh, I'm taking over now. Oh my god. Okay.
My legs hurt again. I'm so sorry.
What time is it? Hopefully I get this done in like 40 minutes.
Sorry.
You can stand up. And
I literally just got cramp in my leg. Oh fucking hell. I'm wearing jogging bottoms.
nice.
Thank you. Ugh. Fucking hell.
I was gonna bring my plate downstairs and then I'll be back.
Okay. Ow. That actually really hurt. I just farted. Courtyard? That's London, innit? That is London. Do 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 do. Silent night, holy night. That doesn't help me at all. I'm back. Can you believe it?
Okay. Where are we starting from?
Wherever your notes start.
Yeah. This one there. I'm just like getting it open if I can find it. Where is it? Why can I not find Jesus? There it is. Okay. So my part starts at chapter 9. The party's over. And we're just like learning about Jane's life as she's, officially figured most of it out and going over like everything. We learned that Jane has 2 sisters and that she's adopted.
Yeah.
2 sisters named, I think one's named Barbara and one's named, and then the other one. I think they both start with a B, I'm pretty sure. Barbara and something.
and
Anyway,
something.
yeah. Barbara and Betty. Yeah,
Okay, cool. Yeah.
two sisters. And that she had to like leave them behind. Well, she didn't have to, but like when she left them behind. And she said that, you know, she'd like protect them and whatever. But obviously,
Yeah.
she left to go on her little travel thing because she met a band in San Francisco.
Yeah.
That's Barbara's story. Met a band and they invited her to come on like a I guess like a tour road trip with them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's how she moved along to different cities and met different like girls and stuff like that. And so every person she met was kind of like a summer fling sort of thing
Mm-hmm.
because she would just move on after.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I also so she has many like tattoos on her arms, which adds to like her story. Tattoos on
Yeah.
her bodies and arms. One of the tattoos is the tattoo of an anchor, which is from a stop in I don't remember where it was, but it was a fishing place that her uncle owned.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and she got a tattoo of an anchor, like representing that on it, which was iconic, amazing.
Yes.
Yes. Um. Anyway, that all. Wait, did you? Sorry, did the that's the scene happen?
What scene?
The horny scene, or is that mine?
That's you. That's
That's
all
me.
you.
Okay, so that's in this page. Okay.
That's when they have sex, right?
Yes.
On the train. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. So in this chapter as well, that they they're talking and stuff like that and like learning, and I guess I'm basing off what you did of the kissing with learning about people that Jane's been with in past times. I was it kind of got a bit far.
Question.
Yeah.
What they did on the train in
Yeah.
that chapter,
Mhm.
was that purely to trigger her memory? Was it not?
Don't remember.
It's not just them, like
I think it was just them, actually.
it was just them, wasn't it? It's like,
Yeah.
can you imagine if they did that just so she could remember? That's like that's wow.
Where does it? Okay.
Did you find it?
No.
I will fully Google it right now.
Yeah.
One last stop sex chapter.
Oh, it's like just around there. Or like
Okay.
chapter. Yeah, they were talking about it.
Talking about what? Having sex?
No. No, they're talking about how like, how like Jane knows how each person liked to be kissed.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So they're talking about that and that something about like seeing how August because Jane wanted to know how August liked being kissed. And then they kind of tested that out and then it got really, 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 really far. This was at night, by the way, so it's not as bad.
What?
This was at night, by the way. So
Yeah, there was hardly anyone on the train.
yeah, so it was fine. It was fine.
Would you like to point out what
Happened?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they had sex. Straight out. That's it. They had sex on a subway.
It got very spicy.
Yeah, very,
Yeah.
very spicy.
I guess
Oh my
they're
God.
into like exhibitionism, I guess. Is that what you
I think so.
and like you like having sex in public?
I mean, to be fair, they can't do it anywhere else.
Oh, you're not wrong. They don't have toilets on the subway. No.
No.
No. That's
Like I
true.
have to do it in there.
I know, but like
I
August,
mean,
you're
the one
moving.
place they could get privacy, I guess, is the space between the cars. But that would be like a death wish.
Oh my god. The way August doesn't even know that much about her, she's like, yeah, cool, let's go.
Let's go for it. I'm like,
Let's
okay.
go. Oh
I
my
mean,
god.
technically, she doesn't know like everything because they've been investigating like her whole life story.
Yeah.
So
Anyway, carry on.
yeah, that happens. Um, so August gets home after like that whole thing, and
Yeah.
Nico being the psychic he is already knows. She just kind of like gets the vibe.
I
And
feel
then
like
when,
anyway, if you're not psychic, you can tell.
you can tell there's something happening.
You can tell.
Yeah, it's like psychic, but August is kind of annoyed by that. That doesn't like that Nico does that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is valid, but also it's kind of funny sometimes. In that
Yeah.
situation, it is. And I love this quote by Nico, which I'm
Mm.
pretty sure oh my god, Sahar in Heartstopper says it. That
Oh.
virginity is a social construct.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
It
yeah.
is.
That's
It's such a
kind
social
of
construct.
yeah.
Yeah, love it.
Slay.
Slay. And I have a note of don't drop kick Nico's cactus.
What?
I think because August was getting annoyed with Nico, and there was a little note where she was like, I'm gonna drop kick his cactus," and I'm like, "Oh my god, please don't drop kick this cactus."
No, don't do that.
No, don't do that. Also, I have a cactus. I showed you, but I have a cactus now.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
it sits right here.
Show the
Little,
people.
little cactus.
Oh, it's so cute. Don't touch it.
It's not that sharp, actually.
Are you stupid?
It's not that sharp.
I'm sorry. What are you doing?
It's not sharp. Like I don't have. It's not bleeding.
Still, why would you do that?
I'm not touching it hard. I'm not going like that. It's like okay.
Put it away. Don't do that. Stop.
Okay, I'll put it back. Anyway,
Giving me anxiety, man.
they have this whole thing. Mila comes into the room, and there's like a whole like gossiping thing, like talk about like August's like love life with Jane, and I think it's just iconic roommate behavior. I'm not sure if that
I love
happens in you. That happens with you guys, right?
Pardon?
Do you guys gossip about those kind of things?
I guess.
I mean,
I don't
unless you guys have any of those kind of.
We gossip about you know what,
Oh, yeah, I know, yeah.
but
What you
I
share with me.
yeah, but there's no like love life gossip really, because I'm single. Mads is single. Becky has a fiance, so like that's not really dramatic.
True. Okay, fair.
I want some drama like that. I say that, and when
You
if it
want
happens,
drama? I'll share my drama.
no, I mean like drama like that, like relationship drama. But I say, I don't know.
Of your own?
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like it would be funny. Probably not for me though.
Probably not. Probably not for the
I
other
would
person
probably,
either.
I would probably be crying, but it would
Oh,
still be,
absolutely. It's
it'd be
fine.
fun.
It's okay.
It's the way I say these things, and then when inevitably these things happen, I'm like, I don't want it. I don't want it.
Oh my god. Okay. So, they're gossiping, they're talking, and what happens? Oh, August I think goes to her room,
Mm.
and she notices in her bag that she has, because she went to Mila's, like I think Mila works at like kind of like thrift store sort of thing, or like discounted like
Yeah.
place. And so August got batteries from there for um a radio to give to Jane,
Yeah. Yeah.
but they got distracted and had sex, so then she couldn't get the batteries to Jane,
Oh my god.
and she was like, oh my god, what?" So apparently the radio doesn't need batteries to work with Jane in particular. And this is how we're slowly starting to figure out what is the deal with Jane. Why is she like stuck with the train?
Yeah.
Yeah. And they figured out because they're the group of them were talking about it that Jane is attached to the electricity of the subway. So like she can leave like the subway, like the technically the car, but you can't leave the line, like the lines. For example, I think at some point they both August and Jane, they jump between the carts. They can do that perfectly fine because Jane's still in the like wavelength, like the the line of the
Subway line.
yeah. But if she steps off of it, then
Yeah, she can't.
puts back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to mention this point while they're talking. I don't remember what the quote was specifically before, but I think it's Nico who says it. That's because you're a Virgo, and that's it. I'm like, I don't know what you mean, but okay.
He's such a zodiac sign person, isn't
He
he?
is. He such is. I mean, he's also a psychic, but
yeah, which kind of figures why he's a zodiac person too. Sorry, is that rude? That's not rude.
I didn't know. Is it? Sorry, as I was reading it. Well, there's zodiac signs, and then there's like our like star signs, like astrological signs. No, because like there's zodiac signs like the Chinese zodiac signs.
Oh, you mean like sheep?
Yeah.
That's not a zodiac. Oh,
no, but
that's
Jane referred to as zodiac.
Oh, wait, what are you on the Chinese one?
We should be the same.
Oh, duh.
Yeah, we're the year of the I forgot ram. No, sheep. Yeah,
sheep ram.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Oh my God, Charlie.
Oh my God, Charlie.
Stop! No, he's like snoring.
So I can't hear him.
Charlie, oh my God.
Let him sleep.
He's so loud. Okay.
Leave him.
He's so loud.
Don't abuse your dog.
Okay. Anyway.
Carry on.
So they were gossiping, and we're gonna after this, August goes back to the subway to learn more. Not to talk about the radio with Jane and to talk about what like she's learned and kind of her plan and everything.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
What?
You're so gay. Oh my God. You're so gay.
Why?
Okay, so the train's like packed, right?
Yeah.
There's like no spots for August to sit, which comes on.
Oh my God. I think I can.
Yeah, Jane offers her to sit like on her lap. Well, not offers, like kind of like pulls her onto her lap, which is fine. That's fine. But then it just getting really like sexual on the train with a bunch of people, and I'm like, oh my God.
I told you, exhibitionism.
I know.
Like honestly.
Like, oh my God, literally like talking about their research. Well, like this is like TMI, or like it's literally like touching her and like fingering her, and I'm like, oh my God.
Oh my
Jesus.
God, I remember it now.
Yeah.
You know what? Do you know what? Now that I think of it, red, white, and royal blue was proper sexual in places.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh, wow, okay.
See, for red, white, and royal blue, I can see how like you can make that one into like a film. But One Last Stop, I think
I would like to see it as a film, but I don't know how well it would be made if it was.
Yeah, because like they're on the train like all the time, especially with those like floody scenes.
Oh my God, especially if you'd have to have extras on the train
sitting there like
whilst they're doing it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I think it'd be
like,
really, really cool to see, because we don't see female relationships a lot.
No, we never do.
Like, done well. And also because August is a plus-sized character, so that would also be really cool.
I would love to see it, but
what?
I would love to see it. So like,
oh, I thought you said you wouldn't love to see it.
No, I would.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And also, like it would be hard to film.
I think so, yeah,
Yeah,
probably.
because you need a lot of extras for it.
I will volunteer.
You will volunteer to sit right beside them.
I mean, sure, why not?
Sure.
Yeah, carry on. Also, I think it's worth noting,
Hmm?
we've been on this call for almost 3 hours,
Oh my god.
but we haven't been talking for that long.
Yeah,
But
no, we haven't.
for almost 3 hours.
Okay, I should like start wrapping up slowly, like in the 20 minutes when I talk at least.
Is there much you have left to say?
I'm gonna talk a little bit more, and then I'm gonna move on to like the main, like their plan. Is
Okay.
that okay?
No. Yeah.
No? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, they have that whole flirty thing that happens. Oh my god.
They flirt so much. They
They
actually flirt.
do. That's like, no, that's the wrong reaction. But um,
Are you homophobic?
am I? Oh my god. They actually, this is not related at all, but they go to a drag show. Slay.
Yes.
Yeah, slay. And they go to slay. I don't know what it was for, but they went to a drag show. I know that for sure. Anyway, I got another note. My notes are really messy. They always are, because it's the very last minute. There's another note about her tattoos. About remember I mentioned the zodiac signs?
Yeah.
She has the tattoos of all the zodiac signs of her family.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, which is really cute.
I love
Although
that.
I feel like her zodiac sign makes a lot of sense.
What's her one?
The year of the snake. I don't know why. It makes sense.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Hmm.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna move to the plan. What their major plan.
Yes, yes.
Because they have a lot of talking and figuring out what they're gonna do. And their plan is, I think they talked about it partly at the drag show, possibly, but they're gonna so to get her off, uh sorry. So the way that Jane got stuck on the train. Sorry.
Oh my god. I wasn't even thinking that until you did that.
Okay. The way she got stuck on the train was due to like a
Yeah.
big like power surge.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're gonna try to do the same thing. So they're gonna try to shut off all the power, I guess.
Yeah, to like create a blackout.
Yeah, blackout. You're gonna try to do that. But to do that, they need to kind of like a big distraction, I guess. Yeah. So what their plan is to have, they talked with Isaiah about this, or antidepressant. Yeah, about having a drag show in the underground, like the area outside of the subway station.
Because that's also worth noting is that drag show as well is a fundraiser to raise the
Yes.
funds.
I'll mention that, yeah.
Yeah, to pay the rent for Billy so it doesn't have to shut down as well.
Yes.
Yes.
So yeah, there's multiple good reasons to it.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
funding the like money for Pancake Billy's, hopefully getting Jane off the train. And then also it's right by, the reason I'm doing it there is because it's right by the big power outlet for most of the city.
So they can like quickly go and try and turn it off.
Yeah. And Mila's I think it's Mila's ex or something.
Yeah.
Mila's ex works, or like his uncle works for that.
Yes. Oh my god, yeah, I totally forgot.
Yeah. So the plan is Mila will flirt with
Whatever his name.
her ex to get him to unlock the thing. So then they can do all that kind of stuff. What else happens? So the drag show goes on. They have that like whole distraction. Who is it? Someone Oh, Wes has to start a fire somewhere, I think. Wes starts a fire somewhere. If like security comes down, I think. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But there's like a whole thing that happens to make sure it works.
Yeah.
And at a certain point, while I think the lights go off or like are about to go off, August goes on the train with Jane. I don't know what happens. What happens when they go on the train? Um, they just pull her off.
Don't they go like out of the car
No, yes.
and then Jane is on the rails? I think
Yeah.
them are on the rails.
Yeah.
Like the track, I think is what happens. And then the blackout happens. And then August, like she nearly dies.
Yeah, she doesn't really die because she wants to be there with Jane to watch.
And then they think it didn't work because they can't find Jane anywhere. So like the plan happened, like the blackout.
Yeah, it worked. Yeah. Well.
But they didn't think it actually worked because they couldn't see Jane, so they
Yeah,
thought
she
Jane
disappeared.
died. They thought she died.
Didn't she go back?
Yeah, so the thing is that they thought she died because she literally wasn't there and she wasn't anywhere. And then I think it was not a few weeks, but a little bit of time passed. And August was kind of mopey and sad because she thought she lost Jane. And then it turns out Jane actually got off the train. And for Jane, it felt like a second had passed. Whereas for August and those lot, I think it was a couple weeks, maybe, something like that.
Yeah, it was a little bit.
But Jane got off the train. She can literally go anywhere now, and that's like really freaking cool.
Which is that would be weird. Like, what would you do? Because like you're now in like 50 years, 40 years later.
You know what that reminds me of? Like Captain America, how he was like frozen in ice for like 50 years, and then he came back and he was like overwhelmed by all like the modern stuff.
Yeah,
because he didn't understand anything. That's what that kind of reminds me of. But yeah, she's kind of just having to rediscover like the world as it is today. And then August and Jane, well, they're just being gay together, you know.
Yeah, they're being gay together. Oh, I didn't mention the Wes and Isaiah thing.
Yes. Oh my god, talk about it.
Wes and Isaiah, they both like each other, obviously. They officially get together in the end. I think at the drag show, I believe. Yes.
Is it at the drag show?
I think it's like at the event that happens.
I love them so much.
Okay, I think one of them kisses the other or something like that. Is it Wes or Isaiah?
I think it's Wes.
Yeah, I think it's Wes makes the move.
I think it is because Isaiah wouldn't because he knows that Wes just isn't like ready or whatever. But yeah. So cute. Basically happy ending all around.
I love happy endings so much.
Sometimes I like them, but sometimes I don't. It's a weird thing.
Sometimes I like how because since like Jane was like born like 1975. No, born like later than that. She was born a long time ago.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Can't think. Oh yeah, since she was born a long time ago, phones weren't really a thing at the time.
Yes. Yeah.
So Jane, whenever she messages August, it's like in a letter format.
Yes. Oh my god,
like,
no.
Dear August. And then signs off.
Yeah.
Which is really adorable.
Yeah, I know. I love it. Okay, so overall, what's your kind of like thoughts? You love it?
I love it.
You love it?
Oh my god.
I have heard like mixed opinions about the book, which I do get it, because obviously if you're not like a kind of sci-fi supernatural person,
you're
not really gonna enjoy it. Like if you're looking for a realistic, because obviously this is not realistic, this wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
The meet cute part of it, probably like you might meet someone on the subway and like whatever, but the kind of supernatural sci-fi part wouldn't happen. So I can see how some people were like, oh, it's not for me. But I love like supernatural fantasy sort of stuff. That's like the first stuff I kind of grew up with when I was younger, so I love that kind of stuff anyway.
I don't know.
But, yeah.
I love like almost my god, my nose. I love like almost all like queer books. So
I
top
know you
tier.
do.
10 out of 10. I love this so much. And
I
it's like
also
one of my
oh sorry.
favorite um like well like WLW books. Because
Yeah.
it's so good. It's so good. I have shown you. I have a stack of like those kind of books. Like lesbian like queer women
Yeah.
books, romance books. I have a stack of them. I have about 4 right now.
Oh my god.
2 of them are by Casey McQuistion.
Oh.
There's this one, and then there's
Is
I
the other one
Kiss.
called I Kiss Sarah Will?
Yeah,
I haven't read it yet. I need to
out
get
of the
it.
2, I would say I like this one a bit more.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I have the Read Between the Lines, which is a
Oh, I've heard about that. I have.
yeah, I told you about that. It's like a bookstore like romance, like enemies, friends to enemies to lovers.
Oh my god. I love a good enemies to lovers. I
It's
love
so
it.
good. You should read it. And the last
I
one's
will.
Honey Girl. I haven't finished Honey Girl actually. I never got into it.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
fair.
Anyway, yeah, the book, amazing. I need to actually finish reading it now because, like, oh my god.
But
It's
yeah,
okay.
what I realized the other day is that all of the books we've done on here have not been straight.
Yeah, that's what I say about that. Sam mentioned, like, is like your book, is your podcast just like all like queer books? And I'm like,
We didn't intend it
we
to be
intend
like
it, but like all the books that we enjoy are queer.
there are some non-queer books I like as well. But you haven't read them yet, so we can't do
No,
them yet.
yeah.
But
And I feel like if we did Harry Potter, it might be a bit of a controversial thing. I feel like we shouldn't do that.
I appreciate Harry Potter.
Yeah,
It's a tricky thing
yeah.
because
But also, it's an old series. Not many people would watch, listen to the podcast.
it's like I don't think I would review Percy Jackson.
Mm.
I think reviewing a series is harder
Yeah,
than
we're reading a book.
yeah. Do you want me to introduce some of the ending sections?
Oh no, I can do it. So are we gonna do the sorting to houses, Hogwarts houses?
I didn't do it.
Okay, so we don't need to.
Start with favorite quote from the book.
Okay. We already did favorite quote for the book, didn't we?
No, we did
Oh
book
no, we
quote.
did. Oh, we did book of the week. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna start with our favorite quote from the book itself. And I don't know, doesn't matter who can start. I can start if you want.
Yeah, you can start. I don't mind. Yeah.
This was from the gossiping part in my section. Milo's being like the mom figure and asking about like, is Jane clean? Does like just Jane doesn't have like any STIs, right? And
Oh my
August was like, yeah, we talked about it. Like that was like our conversation, and Milo's like, oh yeah, your classic getting to know each other convo conversation about STIs, and I'm like,
oh my god.
definitely, classic thing to talk about.
I did find like a funny quote from Milo, but then I found this like wholesome kind of quote from Wes and Isaiah.
Mhm.
I really like. I'm pretty sure this is from Isaiah when he says it's towards the end, I think, where he says, "For what it's worth, you've never disappointed me once since I've met you."
Oh my god.
And it just has so much meaning when you know that like throughout the whole book, Wes has had this mentality of, oh my god, I disappoint everyone, like I'm gonna and it's like Isaiah is just like, you've never disappointed me and you probably like could never disappoint me.
Yeah.
Really
It's
cute.
so adorable. I love them so much.
So wait, do you have book history?
No, I don't. You can go first and I can find something.
Okay. So my book history is kind of related a bit to kind of like lesbian kind of books sort of thing. So the first novel written in English to have a lesbian theme, it was called The Well of Loneliness, which was written by someone called Radcliffe Hall in 1928. And the British court found it like really obscene because they claimed it was defending unnatural practices between women, because obviously at that time it was like a very long time ago.
Okay.
So it wasn't like well talked about and stuff, and it was seen as like illegal and criminal.
Okay. I got I got a is a talking about like lesbian like stories and books. Um I found a lesbian vampire story that came out before Dracula came out.
Oh my god,
Yeah. Oh my god. What is it?
that's cool. I like that. That's cool.
I think it's called Carmilla.
Oh, oh
Oh
wow.
my god, now I gotta read that. Oh my god.
Me too. Oh my god.
You know that's okay. But there's that thing. A lesbian novel. Vampire love story. That's just iconic.
Love to see it.
Okay. Do you have any theater history?
Yeah.
Yeah?
But you want to go for it?
Sure, I can go.
Yeah.
Since I am in a theater degree, I know plenty of stuff about theater history and theater facts. I just want to discuss one play that I
Mhm.
watched recently. It's called Into the Peril.
Mhm.
Very good. It's one of the few like plays that I've been shown that are like mainly with people of color as the actors, like the main characters, which is
Yeah.
awesome because like not a lot of like theater, especially in like what I've learned so far, have been with people of color.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Especially because I'm doing this uniform module. This uniform module.
Universal. Yeah.
This module for uni. Called Exploring Futures, where
Mhm.
like individually we choose something that we want to go into. So for me, I'm looking at writing for stage, so
Mhm.
writing for theatre, and looking at kind of the niches, like what isn't being written about, and like a lot of it, like a lot is gender identity. There's hardly any play on gender, and also people of color as well was a thing that popped up.
Yeah.
Also just the thing of not necessarily having like a story revolve around their like race or ethnicity.
Yeah, I know.
People when they write stuff, they write it for they just think of white people. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like it can just be like a character who's black or like mixed
Yeah.
race or Chinese or do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
It doesn't like people just automatically are like, oh yeah, they're gonna be white. And I don't know, I don't understand it.
Yeah, I know.
Because generally speaking, at school, I was the minority that was white. There was like a lot more non-white people at my school than there was
Okay.
white. So it's not realistically representing society because yes, there's a lot of white people, but
Well, yeah.
I mean specifically where I am in London because it's like multicultural and there's tons of different people there. Like it's
Mhm.
not just white people. There's like a lot of different people. So I don't know. I just think that's a big thing when it comes to
Mhm.
theatre.
Yeah.
But for my little bit of theatre history, I looked at what the first show on stage was that had
Mm.
kind of lesbian rap in it. And it's this show called Voyage to Lesbos that was first shown in 1990.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't really know much about the show because I couldn't find much about it. But there was this company called, I think it was called like the Lesbian Brothers or something like that, who like made a lot of shows and stuff on kind of LGBTQ plus stuff, which I
Okay.
thought, yeah.
Iconic. I love that.
Have you looked up a fact about Casey
I
yet?
am doing that right now.
Do you want me to say mine first then?
Yeah, go for it.
So for my author fact, I have. So the author is called Casey McQuistion, and she is non-binary, so she goes by she they pronouns, which we love, slay. And she also got a journalism degree from I can't remember what university it was, but she has a journalism degree as well. And she has like kind of talked openly about she has ADHD and kind of like how that affects her writing stuff. So like typically when she's writing a book, she doesn't write it in order. She writes it like out of order and then she connects it all together. But yeah, that's the kind of few things I have about her.
Cool. I'll mention how because she's written this book. She's written a book called Red, White, and Royal Blue, which most people probably know of, which has a film coming out
I would say it's next year. at some point.
Next year, yeah. I'm so excited. I really want to watch it
Me too.
so badly. But that's coming out. And then she also has a book called I Kissed Sarah Wheeler, which is also incredibly good.
Yeah.
I actually have
Great.
all in my room. I have one red, white, and royal blue there, one laptop right here, and then and then the Sarah Wheeler one right there. All
I
very
would
good.
I would also say if any of the people listening or watching this are young royal fans, red, white, and royal blue, I think you'd really like.
Oh yeah, 100%. It's very similar. Okay, so
Oh,
final
fuck.
thoughts.
I liked it.
You liked it? Okay, slay.
Yeah.
Hey.
So thank you for tuning in and listening or watching us discuss One Last Stop by Casey McQuistion. Let us know if you have like any thoughts about the book that you want to share or any other recommendations you'd like to see us check out. So our next episode is going to be a little special interview with a young actor who's kind of in theatre, dabbles a little in film and TV. So we're very excited to interview him and get to know a little bit about what he does.
Yeah, and you can go like follow us on our social medias, which are Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, and I'll put it all in like the description and captions of stuff on like Spotify and YouTube.
Yeah.
And you can go check us out, and you can like contact us about our email if you want as well. If you have any like suggestions, or just contact us on our social media. Either one works. For any suggestions.
Yeah, we're happy to talk to people about anything, to be honest.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Or if you want to come on an interview, come join us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be cool to have like a fellow book person join us and see someone else's opinions, because I know there's a lot of mixed opinions with different books and stuff.
Oh yeah,
so
absolutely.
I just love like kind of having discussions with people, even if we have different opinions. It's kind of interesting to see it from someone else.
Cool.
You know, like how, for example, with Ori and Dante, you like the book, but there's parts of it where you're like, oh, I don't know about that. It's just like interesting to see how people like view stuff differently. But yeah, so
bye everyone.